Hi guys, this is Anchal here and welcome to our second episode of Karo with Dinero. This is a special three-part video series where we are going to spill some of the secrets of investing in the markets. In the last episode, we spoke about mutual funds, their advantages and disadvantages. This time, I'm joined by Nikhil, who is the Chief Business Officer of Dinero. And Nikhil has something special in store for us. Hi, Nikhil. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing today?
Hi, Anchal. Really glad to be here with you today. Thanks for taking the time out to speak to us. And today I'm really excited to talk about the underdog of the Indian investment product, exchange-traded funds, also known as ETFs. So let's get right into it.
Yes, definitely. So firstly, tell us, Nikhil, what exactly are ETFs?
Sure. So when we typically think about markets, right, the first thought that comes to our mind is a Nifty or a Sensex, right? And the natural thought then is, can you really invest in a Nifty or a Sensex? The technical answer to that question is no, because Nifty or Sensex is really a group of 50 and 30 stocks respectively. And exchange traded funds or ETFs enable retail investors like you and me to invest in the concept of a Nifty or a Sensex or any other index for that matter by replicating that specific index and ensuring that investors are able to grow their money in line with Nifty or Sensex, right? So that's how I'd really define ETFs.
Right. And how did they gain so much prominence outside of India?
Sure. So there are multiple reasons that ETFs have sort of exploded massively in the US and in Europe. To start off with, it provides a very easy way for investors to start investing. So for retail investors like you and me, we don't really have to worry about doing our own research, understanding valuations, or even figuring out when to enter or exit, right? Additionally, ETFs are inherently diversified because they usually would track an index, which in itself is a combination of different stocks. Now, if you had followed the prior video where Kashyap talked about the advantages of diversification, where it's better to always invest in a group of stocks as opposed to a single stock, ETFs by design are inherently diversified. But perhaps the biggest reason that ETFs have gained prominence across the US and Europe is the cost arbitrage that they exhibit, right? Let me take a moment to sort of explain this. Because ETFs are designed only to track a particular index and require no major manual intervention, such as somebody actually spending time and effort in researching different stocks to invest in, they are inherently lower cost when compared to, say, a mutual fund. So, and this benefit is sort of passed on to different investors, right? The end result, management fees for ETFs are just about 1/10 the cost of a typical mutual fund. And that's really the biggest advantage that people have looked at ETFs for. And just some of the reasons why they've gained prominence outside India.
Right. So why are ETFs the best of both worlds?
Sure. So ETFs really are sort of the best place to start off for retail investors, right? I talked about how they provide a well-diversified set of stocks to invest in, but more importantly, they are more simple to buy and sell, and obviously provide a huge cost benefit to investors. Now, I want to take the example in the first video where Kashyap talked about mutual fund fees being 75% of initial investment in 15 years. Now, compare that with a typical ETF, where again the management fees is probably 1/10 the cost of a typical mutual fund. What that ends up doing is almost saves 8 times the amount of money that you would have spent just in management fees for mutual funds, right? And you could do that just by switching to ETFs. And that is really the core of what we're trying to do at Dinero. We want to ensure that customers get the best bang for their buck, especially when they're investing to achieve specific goals and not just end up spending more money on management fees, right? And therefore, customers on our platform can really pick and choose amongst all the ETFs that are available and then make a monthly investment plan for different goals like travel or e-commerce purchases, while earning gold as rewards for doing so, which sort of acts like as an incentive for customers. So as you can see, ETFs really are the best of both worlds. They provide the diversification that a mutual fund provides, along with being 1/10 the cost of a typical mutual fund. And that's why ETFs are at the core of what we're trying to do at Dinero.
Right. Thank you so much, Nikhil. I think that provides a fair understanding of what ETFs are and what all they have to offer. Now, guys, do tune in to the next episode to understand a simple mental framework of how to get started with investing in ETFs. See you then.
Thank you.